So we were, are we online?
Yes, we are online.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. We were about to speak about a beautiful topic that we all love to hear about, and it was about it's a lot about Unconditional project, and that's why we came on live now, so we can share it as well with you guys.
Yes, I need to.
And it's about.
So.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, so we are very excited to talk about the Unconditional project, and it's taking shape, and we're having the clearance, and tomorrow I'm going to find the time to fast and present the project to Mother Gaia.
You're presenting it tomorrow or the day after?
Wednesday. Tomorrow I will fast, do practice, Wednesday fast practice, and then head to the astral.
What time is it?
I don't know.
Because we'll be here for another maybe. Another is this Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday, yeah.
So most probably on the morning.
I
will
do it
do
in
it.
the morning.
Most probably. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Or noon, not morning. To be honest, I don't know. I will see. I'm getting also maybe I might wake up very early, like 3 a.m. Practice 5 a.m. head there. So
Nice,
okay.
interesting.
So quickly, some of you know the project, some of you don't know. You will find us talking about it more often because we are going to initiate it, and we're getting the clearance and the support for this project, and we've been testing the result of this unconditional love healing transmutation. So basically it will be a school to learn how to utilize the unconditional love. We call it eternal flame, because it show up as a flame, as eternal source of flame coming from the higher realms, holding the unconditional love frequency in it. And it's called eternal flame because it has infinite resource by itself. Its unconditional love is actually the energy that comes from the source directly to all the aspect of creation. By hosting this flame in this space with the people who's been joining with us for at least 5 weeks, 6 weeks, more than 6 weeks. So we've been training online, and we're utilizing crystal technology. Long story, and then we are able right now with the field to be strong enough to hold this flame for as long as possible, and we've been experimenting on it, also testing how possibility on it. And one of them, as I mentioned, was with Susan, and she had a friend who's in coma, and I will share with you exactly how we've done the procedure, like literally. See how simple, how powerful it is. We connected with her consciousness because she knows her friend basically, and we just invite the consciousness of her friend to re-welcome the unconditional love eternal flame. That's one. Second, and we offer that we can keep supporting you till this unconditional flame fully connect in your system, and you remember the consciousness that connection is already there. So we are, let's say, in forgottenness, in duality, and we are reawakening ourselves that we have this connection. And by providing that, offering an invite, it's very simple. And we, through our channel, we just release all our judgment about what is, that there is a disease or not. We release that from our system. We just invite and offer eternal flame as if return of unity consciousness. That's it, very simple. And then I asked Suzanne to continue providing the connection and the invite, simply, to her friend. And seeing that all the duality construct, the forgottenness, or whatever is that creating this disease, which is, she was in coma basically, that is dissolving, and the new energy of unconditional love taking place in the space, and the reconnection happened. And for our surprise, we were like just testing out. 3 days, she woke up.
After how long in coma?
She was 3 weeks in coma. And I was like, she was telling me, and I was like, are you sure you're talking about the same person? I was shocked, like, basically, because we are still experimenting, and we have no idea she's in coma, basically. So that's one example. and we've tried it many couple of times, especially yesterday, for example, in the live streaming. Riham was in Egypt, for example, and she felt as here with us, feeling all the energy, and everyone was like, what's happened? Because we built it 7 weeks so far, right? So the field is so strong, holding this unconditional love, eternal flame now. And I was announcing that we're getting clearance from the higher realms to support this with the Mother Earth. I'm going to present it to be taught to others. So how we can utilize it, how people can learn it. The first aspect we are going to share with many, you see it, is Wednesday. So Nada, she does Wednesday here. The other Wednesday, we are doing the unconditional love healing transmutation, where you just come and experience it. And everyone feel this crystal liquid energy going through, and there is no much vision more than feeling this melting and energy, and you feel the presence of this pure energy coming. That's it, very simple. And then things start changing. So that's been offered here every other Wednesday, completely free, with of course open to contribution. That is open, free. The second part will be is 4 hours attunement, also free, open for contribution. Will be basically here or some other place if you have more people. You will come, we will explain the project, we'll explain how to utilize it, and we attune the people so they can tap into the field now. So first one, the Wednesday, is you just receive, but you have no idea how to tap into it. Then you get attunement, 4 hours, explanation, and how you can connect with it and use it for yourself. Once you want to use it for others, I have to train you. So then it will go into level 1, level 2, we're calling it, where you learn, you release your own judgment and you receive the unconditional love in your structure. So you need to drop a lot of judgment and relax and neutralize and be completely pure channel for light, and there is training for that. And then you can now be holding this frequency within you also. And then we're going to be trained to do it like we've done the project with the crystal and the Mother Earth and the higher realms. And then you're going to be tuned also level 2 and so on, to be grid programmer, pillar of light, holding this frequency, and also working with the higher realms who initiate this project, which is basically Archangel Shamuel and the Higher Realm Alliance that you heard us talk about many times. And we're going in details how it's happening and who's working with it. And recently we've been blessed that Yeshua, if you see me a couple of times mentioning, which is a Christ consciousness, supporting it also. And then we'll talk more in details how, why, and that return of this energy through us. And we are the pillar of light, who's going to be basically family return, master return, to spread it to the people and remind it. Basically is that energy to belong to everyone. Just we're going to remind and invite more people to remember that they can do it too. That's simple.
You said about level 2?
Yes, level 2 will be more working with the crystal and something called the Royal Guardian, the Earth, Mother Earth. They will go in more details how to work with the higher realms, the archangels, and the Christ energy, all those details, and be full training. And then after level 2, you're going to, if you're into the path, we're going to be traveling around the world and activate land, because we get clearance from Mother Earth, activate lands to host this flame in the land. So unity consciousness and unconditional love can be spread to the globe, basically.
So the level 2 is being a grid programmer. So programming crystals, creating grid, creating vortex, and being a grid programmer. That's the level 2.
Similar to our vortex here, you will be able to learn how to do it in your house and host it and join the field.
And teach others how to do it?
That will be after mastering. Teaching it, that you need really
it's
to master.
Ascension pathways,
Yes.
so you are building your light body to receive fully that light. So I'm going to share a bit more about the light as well, so everyone understand that. So the Ascension pathways, you are building your crystalline body to be a host for this light.
So you have your own vortex and you have crystal vortex.
The unconditional
Wow.
love is you are a host, but also an actor with that light. You are present, in your full presence, you are present with that light for ascension. So you are providing it as an activator in the crystals, in the vortex, and your healing sessions, and others, your family, your community. So you are being a transmutator of energy and initiating others in it. This unconditional love mentoring transmission course,
Training, mentoring, yes.
both like doing the ascension pathways and this mentorship, you're gonna have enhance with all that you're already doing in your healing practice, enhance the frequencies in order to initiate others, to initiate the Christ star in others.
So once you learn the level 2
Yeah.
and you know the details of it, then you will know that those details, in order to be passed to other, you need the training to know how to
You need to
deliver
embody
them.
it.
You
So
need- and it's to be
exactly.
it.
Exactly, you need to
Exactly.
be it. You need to fully embody that
Yeah.
presence within you,
So
the
Yeah.
divine.
Yeah.
Yes.
unconditional love, I'm going to repeat it again. I repeated last time, and I'm going to repeat it from maybe another perspective. I don't remember what I said last time. But unconditional love arises when you enter in your sacred divine union. So if you remember the diamond light body and the diamond codes, you are reintegrating the frequencies of divine will, divine wisdom, divine grace, divine order, divine harmony. And the center of all, so diamond light body is your vehicle, which is beyond the Merkaba, when you are activating actively your transmission of upload and download of information. Okay?
So if you are being with us in level 2, you'll understand it in full
Yeah.
details. If you are not, then
So when you are fully activating it and you are remembering those frequencies and activating those frequencies within you, what comes at the center of all is divine union. In your divine union, the seed is cracking to open the unconditional love. Or the unconditional love bring the divine union. However you want to see it from the angle you want to approach it. That unconditional love is the essence of the Christ consciousness, is the essence of unity consciousness, is the essence of the harmony that we are creating in this new earth. Without unconditional love, everything is based on conditions and therefore separations.
separations.
So we are
Conditioning.
reintegrating our separations into unification, into unity, based on this unconditional love. When you are in that light, when you are in that frequency, when you remember that this is your essence, which is the light of creation, the light of the source, held and being brought to us by ourselves, but if you project it out, is brought to us by higher consciousness of evolutions.
Higher plane of existence,
Higher planes of
higher
existence.
consciousness.
They are helping us to remember that within us so we can act upon it, we can express it, and we can deliver it in the reality that we are choosing. So the unconditional love, see it as the fuel of your existence and the fuel of the new earth that you are creating, or the reality you wish to create.
Which is based on unity, based on harmony.
With this, you don't need anything else. Because you are pushing your button of your core essence, and you can use any tools you want to express it or to help others to find in their self-realization, to reconnect and to remember that essence. But at the center of all, there is unconditional love. The center of everything. If you go through all densities, at the center of every atoms, molecules, cells, it's vibration, we know that. But that vibration vibrates unconditional love. Because we are in unity. If you choose to see it, if you choose to remember it. It's
So
a unity
we are
with all.
the process is to remember it and then remind others with it.
And when you hold that, what happens around you when you are in unity? Everything which is out of harmony comes
Align.
back into unity, comes back into therefore harmony, comes back into alignment, So all the lowest frequencies get transmuted. This
So
is
that's
where you witness miracles. This is where you witness drastic shifts. In unconditional love, there is no resistance anymore. So you do not resist the change. You do not resist the quantum jump that you can experience. If tomorrow we tell you if you have someone in your family or in your friend circle that is sick, for example, tomorrow that person will be healed, you can make it happen in your paradigm if all the separation that you have are released.
So all the judgment, all the old programming that is not possible, all this when it's released, which is based on duality and forgottenness, and you see the unity, and then automatically all the frequency will start rearrange itself because you are now in the unity frequency, and then healing just happen by itself, basically. It's a transmutation. It just transmutes from separation and forgottenness and conflict, whatever you want to call it, and come back into unity, and then the person goes to the highest health possible. Just automatic. So in that sense, you're not doing healing. You're just providing, you're inviting the remembering of unity through the unconditional love. And that will do its work by itself, automatically.
How does it sound?
Yeah.
It sounds like,
And by just, like, I would say that by just practicing it for this little time, and for me little time, like I've been back
7 weeks with
yeah, that's
once,
how much
once a day, and on Sunday we do it online
yes, but every
from
day.
our house,
Yeah.
basically, and then of course you're doing the meditation
I'm
also.
actually doing sometimes more than once a day.
Oh, bravo.
I'm so loving it. So yes, but I can already feel some of these miracles. And by the way, you were saying that, like, I want to confirm, you were saying that by having that happening to you, like now every time I'm meditating, I already see a shield that is already filtering what's going in and out, and I see only what is serving me and what is in my, like the easiest, best, happiest possibility is coming in, and everything that is no longer serving me or is serving me the difficult way is leaving me, and something else which is easier and happier and better is replacing it. So when you were saying it is what I'm seeing now in the level of energy, or I
That
don't know.
exactly when they describe it as transmutation. That's why
Yeah.
we're calling it
Transmutation.
on Wednesdays healing transmutation. You're just transmuting
Mm.
the lower frequency of separation into unity, and it just takes place automatically in your field. And she's sharing with
Yeah, I
us
shared-
many times miracles, but they are private, so we are not able to share with you. Maybe one day, once it's comfortable for her, she will step up and say, "Okay, this is my miracles."
Yeah, things are happening for sure.
Yeah. And many people who's joining the online, they're witnessing this. Samar also was witnessing with us, and all this is very simple. Makio, she was sharing with us, and I think we'll collect many of those testimony for the people to know the results happening is once you realize that this frequency of unity consciousness, unconditional love, it's just highest arrangement, highest harmony by itself, basically. And the moment you invite yourself and allow your field to transmute from this duality to that unity consciousness, unconditional love, everything harmonized by itself, and everything's gonna become like miracles around you. And that's the whole idea behind the project that we are doing, Unconditional Love Project, and then providing the same unconditional love, eternal flame all around the world. So we're going to
infuse the grid.
Infuse the Mother Earth grid. You're going to train, what does it mean, where you can hold those frequency around the globe, and then that frequency will become available more and more and more to more people just to tap into it. You don't need to force it. They will just start feeling it, and then they will come automatically being invited, offered to remember, okay, I can shift from my judgment to unity, okay, and then start happening.
How does it sound?
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. So on Wednesday you receive. You want to take, you have the desire to take the step ahead, then there will be a full guidance for you to hold that, and therefore step after step or in your evolution of self-realization is embodying it fully. This is the aim, is your full embodiment of it. So each day we are embodying a fragment, another fragment, another fragment, another fragment. So it's being accountable for your growth and your past individually, but collectively, as we are all co-creating it. Yeah? You want to add something here?
Come on Wednesday also.
Yeah. So Wednesday you receive, and the rest is like, yes, I'm on it. I will be an active channel for that.
Yeah, Nada also is doing also with us Wednesday, and she's feeling also to open up Wednesday as a contribution. So then we'll have 2 Wednesday,
Every
all the
Wednesday.
Wednesday, us and her receiving those frequency. Us will be more focusing with the project itself. She will be more into the Ascension frequency that she already tapping with us, which is the same field that we're working together.
So it's every other Wednesday? So one Wednesday, Nada, one
Yes,
Yeah,
one Wednesday is Nada.
This
one
week is
Wednesday
Nada, next week is the Unconditional Love.
And you can come and see the Archangels and the Christ delivering their frequency. You can see the liquid frequency. It's beautiful to witness. It's, we are blessed to have it. I would remind you guys, we've done all this because of the Ascension community. You
Because
guys,
you, all of you.
all your commitment
Yeah.
and coming and calling. I remember a couple of times when they come and said they are ready. It's not about us. There is readiness from your side, guys. Allow that support to come.
Yeah.
What time is it on Wednesday?
7:30. Everything 7:30. Yeah. In May with Ramadan, we will change timing. It will be
5:30
earlier.
most probably. Yeah, 5:30.
So if it's 5:30, I suggest you bring your blindfold so you are.
Because light, it will be
Yeah.
light.
All
Alright,
What else?
it's good.
Yeah, so taking this moment to thank everyone here in the room that is also going for the first time or not, and everyone who has been joining for 4 years.
Yeah.
To receive, to anchor, to integrate, to work on themselves, to elevate, to participate and be a pillar in Dubai and on the planet Earth.
And also we have a Turkey retreat coming just for you to know also, because how many spots we still have in the Turkey retreat?
So now 4 again.
So
4.
Turkey
again.
retreat is like sort of spiritual mission, spiritual trip. We're going from site to site, all the sacred site in Turkey, and receive the same activation with Asil and with us, and with the high realms also working with the same thing. So it's
So we have 5 in the room to join Turkey.
we already have people.
There is
Yes.
Raha, Liam, Anfal. Yes, correct.
Yes.
5.
And all
That is all of you. Okay, I didn't see
Yeah.
anything.
and Zaid.
And they too.
Correct.
There's actually a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So,
So those are beautiful souls joining
yeah.
the Turkey retreat.
we leave on the 10th.
It's not retreat, to be honest.
Like, be prepared. Like.
Sorry for that. It's a spiritual trip focused on side to side
Yeah.
activation.
You need to be in good
Receive.
health, basically. To have a good health and to be in a self-care. Like, you know how to self-care yourself. Like when you're tired, what your body needs, to take your space, to be available for yourself, mostly. And yeah, let's bring the... So Asil is reconnecting the sites to
The original
connection.
with the higher realm.
So what we've been sharing with the project and this unconditional love, eternal flame, is infusing those ley lines that are being reconnecting to their point of origin or to their point of to the essence, and infusing it with that frequency that is now being supported by many consciousness for us to implement that on Earth. This project is not only us saying it, other channel have, without knowing what's happening on this side, other channel has channel that a new grid is being created, and to certain persons that we are receiving that message because they are also in that project. You are being part of a new grid being created. This is important. It will receive further support, and keep working on that grid is going to be, I forgot the rest of the message. So it's something that is not only in our reality, we are creating that, is being recognized and is already being shared by other human beings, beautiful human beings, channeling the information. So,
Alright, beautiful.
yeah,
Yes.
okay. Any questions,
Thank
please
you guys for
ask,
watching us,
and otherwise
to you
join online.
again. We are
Yeah.
starting